السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله الذي يجيبني حين أناديه ويستر علي كل عورة وأنا أعصيه ويعظم النعمة علي فلا أجازيه. نحمده ونسبحه ونقدسه على آلائه ونعمائه، ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، إلها واحدا أحدا فردا صمدا قيوما، نؤمن له بالربوبية ونقر له بالعبودية. من يهد الله فهو المهتدي ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. ونشهد أن سيدنا محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك وترحم على محمد وآل محمد كأفضل ما صليت وسلمت وباركت وترحمت على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. وصل اللهم وسلم على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين والأوصياء والصديقين وعترة نبيك الطيبين الطاهرين والخلص من أصحابه المنتجبين ومن تبعهم بإحسان وإيمان إلى يوم الدين. عباد الله، أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي بتقوى الله ولزوم أمره. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولو شاء ربك لجعل الناس أمة واحدة ولا يزالون مختلفين إلا من رحم ربك. صدق الله العلي العظيم. How to make our societies more prosperous and more harmonious. We mentioned some of the elements in the previous weeks. One of them is social harmony, social togetherness. When we support each other, when we stand with each other, not against each other, when we put our energy, our talent, our enthusiasm to build the society together. This is one. The second is the sense of responsibility. Each person who lives in this territory, on this land, under this sky, in this community, in this country, in this village, in this town, should have sense of responsibility towards the welfare, the happiness, the development of that community. كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. We should not throw the load on the shoulder of the few and then the rest of the people sit and watch. We are the builders, all of us, according to our own capacities and capabilities. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. One can do 100% work, another can do 50%. Another person can do 10%. We still need that 10%. We still need your contribution, your participation, your engagement in building the society, having sense of responsibility. Nothing is greater after the faith in God. After having faith in God, nothing is more important and greater than having a sense of responsibility. When you have a sense of responsibility, you will be successful, and those who live with you are going to be successful. So that is the second element. The third element and the fourth, I'm going to mention them today, inshallah. To respect other people's opinions. This society is made up of a variety of people. All people, they have different and various opinions, thoughts, tendencies, flavors, tastes. We are different. Even if you look at one family, children who come from one family, they have different opinions vis-a-vis many subjects. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. To have a different opinion is not a crime. But the crime is when you try to impose your own opinion upon others. This is wrong. We should not do this. We have to have tolerance, understanding, si'atul sadr for people's opinions and people's thoughts. You know, one of the best advantages of democracy, if we live in a democratic society, what is the best advantage? What is the fruit number one of democracy? What is it? Is the freedom of opinion, freedom of thoughts, freedom of expression, freedom of speaking my mind, a freedom of criticizing even the government, even the leader. I have that freedom. That is the best fruit of democracy. And what is the first result of dictatorship? Is when they seal your mouth. As they say, the only time you can open your mouth is when you go to the dentist office. That's the only time. Other than that, you are not allowed to express your own opinion. Once you say, this is my opinion, they shut you down. This is the major feature of dictatorship and totalitarian regimes. There is no free press, no free expression, no free speech, no free movement. You have to please the leadership, the government. Anything outside what the leader or the leaders or the government likes, anything outside that is considered anti-regime. You are anti-God, you are anti-regime, you are anti-Islam, you are anti-Christianity, you are anti... This is not right. This is not right. One day, Amir al-Mu'mineen was giving a speech in his mosque. He was giving a speech. One of the Kharijites was listening to him. In Kufa, there were Kharijites, Khawarij, and they used to come to the mosque. Amir al-Mu'mineen said, we do not ban them from coming to the mosque unless they carry the weapon. If they carry a weapon and they incorporate violence against the citizens, we ban them. Other than that, if they want to come and participate in the mosque in our society, they are welcome. لا نمنعهم مساجد الله. The homes of God, these are the houses of God. These are not private property. Does not belong to a person or association. وأن المساجد لله. The owner is God. And every creature has the right to come. So Amir al-Mu'mineen said, allow the Khawarij to come. One day he was giving a speech. One of the Kharijites stood and with a loud voice, he said, Ma akfarahu. Ali ibn Abi Talib is kafir. He's the biggest kafir. So many people jumped on that person and they took off their swords and they were about to cut him into pieces. Amir al-Mu'mineen said, no, don't do that. Don't do that. He expressed himself, إِنَّمَا هُوَ سَبٌّ بِسَبْ أَوْ عَفْوٌ عَنْ ذَنْبٍ. Either if you are angry at him, you want to retaliate, which is not good, but even if you want to retaliate, he said something bad, say something bad to him. Or if you want to be a good citizen of God, وَعَفْوٌ عَنْ ذَنْبٍ, forgive him, forgive his sins. Amir al-Mu'mineen did not shut him down. He said, let him express himself. He is frustrated. He's unhappy with me. Let him say what he wants to say. He's not going to destroy your society. Allow him to speak. Sometimes, my friends, it is healthy and good for us to listen to the criticism of the people. It's healthy. It makes you revisit yourself, revise yourself. You go home and you say, today someone said this to me. Maybe he's right. Let me look into myself. Maybe I'm not following the right path. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. So not every criticism should be damaging to us. Don't get annoyed, frustrated when someone tries to criticize you or gives you a piece of advice. Welcome him. Welcome the nasiha. Especially if that person, he loves you, he cares about you, he cares about the society. He doesn't want to hurt you. Let's welcome the nasiha. Let's have an open heart for that. Even if some people, sometimes they say the right thing, sometimes they say the wrong thing. It's okay. One of the main features of Imam Ali's policy was tolerance. He tolerated. In Kufa, Kufa was the hub of many religions, many doctrines, many ideas. Some of them were dangerous ideas. Ali ibn Abi Talib said, freedom of expression. Islam says we can hear the voices from here and there. الَّذِينَ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقَوْلِ. Then they weigh it in. They analyze it. فَيَتَّبِعُونَ أَحْسَنَهُ. Then they follow the best. So, in a prosperous society, we have to listen to others, and we should not feel insecure. When someone criticizes you, do not feel insecure. Only those who are insecure, they don't allow others to express themselves. They shut them down. In an Islamic society, prosperous society, people have a freedom to express themselves. God says, I could have made you one language, one color, one path, one thought, one opinion, and one taste. But I didn't do that. وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ. If your Lord has willed, He would make people speak one language, one mentality, one thinking, one idea, one doctrine, one aqidah, but He didn't do that. He didn't do that. He gave us a freedom of choice to choose my way. But then there is accountability, of course. God says here, freedom of choice, but be careful not to make the wrong choice, because there is accountability there, responsibility there. وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَجَعَلَ النَّاسَ أُمَّةً وَاحِدًا. One group, one thinking, one mentality, but He didn't do that. وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَجَعَلَ النَّاسَ أُمَّةً وَاحِدًا وَلَا يَزَالُونَ مُخْتَلِفِينَ. His policy is to give them freedom of choice, so they are different from each other. Different. And through these differences, we learn a lot. Through the different opinions, different thoughts, we learn from each other. So that is the third element. Respecting the third element of a prosperous society. Respecting people's opinions, and don't impose your own taste, your own will, your own idea on others. Not even on your wife and your children. The best family is the family where the father is democratic. And he consults with his children. When they discuss an idea, he does not impose. He says, yes, I want you to follow this. He doesn't give a military orders. Don't be a military man in your family. Don't be a military man. Neither the mother, nor the son, nor the daughter. We have a freedom of expression. Yes, we encourage, we teach, we guide, we advise, but we don't impose. Number 4. The fourth element of a prosperous society, strong society, is a stability. Every society, in order for it to grow, to develop itself, to bring about harmony and happiness, it has to be stable. And stability has many forms. Number 1 stability is economic stability. Because when someone is hungry, he's not going to listen to anyone. He's not going to listen to God. He's not going to listen to the Prophet. He's not going to respect the Quran. If someone is hungry, he doesn't have food to give his children, don't ask him to follow this book. Don't ask him to pray. Don't ask him to be honest. Don't ask him not to steal. Don't. This is what God says. God says, I would not ask people to worship me before I provide them with the necessities of this life. God said to Adam, Adam, come live in paradise. Before I ask you to worship me, I'm going to provide you with 4 things. I'm going to provide you with these 4 things. Then I'm going to ask you to be responsible. If I don't give you these 4 things, if I give you 3 of them, I don't give you the 4th, I'm not going to hold you responsible. Inna laka, this is in Surah Taha. Inna laka alla taju'a fiha wa la ta'ra wa annaka la tadhma'u fiha wa la tadha. We give you food, drink, shelter, clothing, then I ask you to worship me. If I don't provide you with these things, I'm not going to ask you to worship me, because you can't focus. You can't concentrate on anything. When your family is hungry, when your children are crying, when you don't have a job, when you don't have rent, when you don't have medicine, God is not going to ask you to be responsible. This is God. So the government has to learn from God. We have to provide economic security. I said this many times. If you want to enjoy your life, you have to feed your neighbor. If your neighbor is suffering, you are not going to enjoy your life. If there is someone suffering in your community, you are not going to lead a happy or a stable life. So economic prosperity is the most important priority in any society. No society can move forward. No society can advance without economic growth and economic stability. Amir al-Mu'mineen says, عجبت للفقير كيف لا يخرج على الناس شاهرا سيفه. I wonder how this poor person who's hungry, homeless, doesn't take his sword and goes to the society and then he hits the people with his sword. If he does this, he's okay. I would not blame him. I would not blame him. So this is number one, economic society. You know, many of those who were exploited by ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and other terrorists, you know, Taliban in Somal, the Shabab and others, many of them, they had no jobs. They had no future. They had no college degree. Many of them, not all, many of them, they had no future. No marriage, no house, no family, no life, no hope. So they exploited them. They said to them, come, we give you $100, $200 a month. This is what happened in Iraq. They give them $200 a month. You go and fight. And if you get killed, the Prophet is waiting for you there. He wants to eat. He's going to wait until you come. You join him. You dine with the Prophet. And 70 Hur al-Ain are welcoming you. This is how they brainwashed them. Because they were hungry. They had no future. They had no jobs. A person who has a job, who has an income, he would respect himself. He would not go and join terrorist organizations. So in an Islamic society, we have to take care of people's needs, economic needs. This is our responsibility. God says, I don't want the money to be gathered and monopolized in the pocket of a few, and then the rest are hungry. This is not good. لكي لا يكون دولة بين الأغنياء منكم. Only the rich, they enjoy the money, and the rest, 90% of the society, are in the street. This is not good. The second type of stability in any society, الاستقرار الأخلاقي والديني. The moral stability, when you maintain Islamic and moral values in the society. Moral values for men and women. In some countries, only women have to observe hijab, but men are free to do anything. This is not right. For men and women. وَالْمُؤْمِنُونَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ بَعْضٍ. Men and women, they both protect each other. They both maintain Islamic morality, Islamic ethics, human values. Because without this, again, we're going to have a problem. If there is crime, if there is a prostitution, if there is a drugs, if there is alcohol, you cannot control the society. As a result of that, you see many people sleeping in the streets. Alcohol and drugs results in the destruction of the family, the disintegration of the family. Children get lost. And as a result of that, the entire society is lost. So maintaining moral and Islamic and spiritual values. This is again contributes to the moral stability of the society. After that comes the political society. When you have the moral stability, when you have economic stability, political stability is the byproduct of these two, of the earlier ones. Otherwise, you are not going to have political stability if your people are hungry, if they have no jobs, if people graduate from a school and they can't get married. You know, this is widespread in many Muslim countries. Many Muslim countries, people go to school, they work hard, they graduate from university, but they can't find a job. When he cannot find a job, he cannot get married. When he cannot get married, you find all sorts of fitna spreading in the society. When boys and girls, they cannot afford to get married because they can't have an apartment, not even a single room. I went to one of the countries recently. They said there are special homes. They rent the rooms on hourly basis, not daily or nightly basis, for those who love each other, but they can't afford to get married, so they come and rent a room here. Rent a room for 1 hour or 2 hours, just to see each other once a week. I asked them how often they see each other. Once a week. Imagine, once a week for 2 hours they see each other. This is not good. That society is not stable. If you find the criminals in that society, don't be shocked, because this is the result. This is the result. There is no political stability in such society. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين.